30. Today is the anniversary.
30.
And
The big 3-0.
and I have a special guest. Every time I have
Everybody's a special guest, aren't they?
Everybody's a special guest. It's someone I invite and someone that in whose music I believe. So for me, it's special. Anyway, so tonight here with us is Eric Cloutier.
Hello.
Hello, Eric. How are you doing with? I'm trying to set it up.
You know, pandemic and all that kind of fun stuff. Not playing gigs is weird, but I kind of like it in a weird way.
Yeah. Why do you like it?
I'm getting a lot of music written.
Oh, okay. So you're one of those people.
I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people.
I mean, I actually wanted to ask you a question, like, because this pandemic and this situation, some people are like, I'm gonna get all this shit done. I'm gonna start new label. I'm gonna make 50 tracks, write a new album. But it's like hard to be creative in the time of like such a like huge stress.
I had a moment where I just couldn't be bothered. I couldn't find the motivation. For some reason, it's just, as the fall weather started to hit and everything, it just everything became gray and depressing.
Oh, and the winter in Berlin.
Yeah, and I just I couldn't really find a way to like be motivated to work on music. And then like my birthday hit, and then holidays hit, and then it's like I can't go home to visit my family, and it's just like all these things. It's just like I don't care anymore.
It's like there was so much that you had to like give up on being stressed and depressed.
Pretty much, and then Sylvester, New Year's happened, and it was like, you know what am I making a big deal? It's already been 12 months of this.
Yeah, right.
So why is it now starting to bother me? So I kind of just had like a moment where it's like, no, just focus and.
I also had this moment. I had moment like a couple of times. At first I was like, I'm gonna work, and then I was like, oh my god, like I might have to like leave my apartment, move out, find like a.
Then that's the thing is like I have to leave my apartment. I got a little tiny dog, so I'm going outside at least a couple times a day. But if you remove the dog from the equation, I probably would have just lived in my flat.
Yeah.
I would have gotten delivery everything and.
I mean, for me it was like huge stress to how am I gonna pay the rent, the bills and everything, and so this was the moment when it was a bit hard to be productive and creative, but at some point also you just have this point of like, okay, everything is in flames.
Yeah, you can keep thinking about it, or you can like try to do something about it.
Yeah, right. So what are you working on right now?
I've got a bunch of remixes that I'm actually working on, which is nice because...
For whom? What labels? Is it a secret or you can tell?
I can't really tell, but it's nice because I've always worked in the sense that like a remix gives me something else to work with. So I'm not feeling I have to be 100% creative. I'm already given little bits and pieces. So that not having to start from zero motivates me to then work on my own music. And
it makes sense, yeah.
Because if you're already given the starting block, then you don't have to like sit down and be creative today. If half of the canvas is already given to you, then you're like, I just got to fill in the other parts. Great, this is awesome, and it makes you feel good about working on music. So
and you feel productive.
And I feel productive, which is the most important thing.
And creative.
Again, there's days where I'm just like, no, I don't want to do this. And it's fortunately I don't have a PlayStation or anything like that because then.
Me neither.
I would never work on any music.
I see my neighbor like across the backyard. He has a PlayStation.
You're watching your neighbors.
No, I'm not watching. But
you're playing.
Sometimes you see those projections on the wall. You can't.
Like you played Zelda. You got a whole lot of Zelda going on over there.
Wait, I have some questions prepped for you.
Uh-oh.
Actually, what's your favorite color? No,
orange.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Orange.
It's not one of the questions. Actually, we have like orange lights.
We're trying to go for that.
But for some reason, it looks pink. It's like sometimes I can't control how it looks on the camera. Changes the light all the time. Anyways, so you're from Detroit.
I am.
We agreed not to talk about it.
It's just an easy question, I guess.
Yeah. So you lived in Detroit, then in New York, then in Berlin.
Yes.
All the techno cities.
Pretty much.
So where is home?
Detroit.
Like this is home for you.
That is home. But I mean, like I live here and I have a wife and I live here, but home will always be like where I'm from, I think.
Yeah, I get. For me, like home is Berlin. I never felt at home anywhere I lived. I mean, Tel Aviv was great, but also I felt like something was missing. And then I came here and I was like, oh my God, this is it. And now if you ask me, when people ask me where you're from, and I'm like, okay, born in Russia, lived in Israel, now in Berlin for almost 9 years. And sometimes, if they like, especially the Uber driver is asking you, so where are you from? And I'm like,
Yeah,
from
how do I answer this
I'm
question?
from Berlin.
I mean, yeah, sure. This is home. Like this is where I have on my paperwork, and this is like where all my text. But that doesn't make it home. I think
Yeah.
home is where you.
Where your dog is?
Home is where my dog and my wife.
Where your dog and your wife. This is home.
That's definitely home.
That's cute. For me, it's like where my records are, but also in Berlin.
But I mean, like I don't feel like this will be a permanent city for me. So I
No?
think no. I think I will always be drawn back to Detroit, like in some capacity, or at least somewhere in the United States in general. But yeah, Berlin won't be permanent. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think of it as the place that I will find myself in 40 more years.
No.
Not that I think that it'll be Detroit either, but
Well, you never know.
you never know.
Yeah, I've been to Detroit, I think, like a couple of times. And I think it changed a lot in the past years.
It changes every year. Every time I go back, I'm like, wait, what? It's like there's certain things that I've seen a million times that are suddenly different.
Yeah. Do you feel sometimes like a visitor?
Yeah. Because after you've been away for almost 20 years, there's certain friends that still live there, which is crazy that I'm like, you haven't moved at all. But there's so much, there's obviously it's so different every time I go back. Things that I thought would still be there don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
The club that I used to work at and run, it's there, but it's changed names, I think, like 3 different times.
Oh,
so it's
wow.
like, it exists, but it's different.
Tel Aviv is the same. When people ask me, so where should I go in Tel Aviv? I'm like, I have no idea. I've been in Berlin for 9 years. Everything changed completely.
It's better than New York, though. Because New York changes like once a week.
Yeah.
So the things that I went to.
What's the new hot thing this week?
Exactly. Or today even. Like what's popular on Instagram. But yeah, so it's weird to go home because it's the same but different.
Yeah. Actually, do you have a weird accent? For how long are you here? Do you have like a little bit? Did you like change a little bit your accent? Because
no, I mean maybe I did, but
because you live like here and you constantly have to speak English with people that are non-English natives. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. No.
It doesn't happen to you that you go home and everyone is like, "What is this way that you're talking?"
No, actually, my wife every once in a while will bring it up because I'll, being from Detroit, every once in a while I'll drop in a very French Canadian like A. And, and she hears it and she's like, you got to stop that.
It's right on the border. I didn't know it before I went there for the first time.
Yeah, it borders it, but so that kind of carries over. And so she'll catch me on that one, but no, I don't think I have an accent, but maybe I do. I hope I don't have. Maybe I do. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. I have more questions for you. So for how many years were you DJing?
I started buying records in like 96, 97. And playing like at friends' basements and house parties. But I didn't really start playing out until about 2000. So depending on which way you want to go with it, like publicly playing, it's been since 2000, but buying and being involved with it since 1996.
Wow. How many records do you have? You probably have all the gold from the 90s unknown rare shit that no one knows right now.
I've got some
that is not even on Discogs.
No. Actually, no, my entire collection is on my Discogs because I did
What's your username?
No. No. It's private anyways, but
mine is private.
Mine's
too.
private.
Excuse me. No. Can't see what I have.
No, you're not allowed to see what I have. Also my want list. You're not allowed to see my want list either. But I don't have as many as people think because I only buy records that I'm going to DJ with. I don't have like a jazz section and I don't have like a hip hop section because while they would be great to have on vinyl, to me they serve no purpose. So the only vinyl I own are things I would DJ.
So you're very practical.
Yeah, just to me it's like if I've got $100 to spend at the record store, I'm not going to go buy a hip hop record that will be fun for me for a day
Yeah.
and then sit on my shelves. I would rather buy.
Yeah, I mean, it's also annoying to flip the record if you want to hear an album.
No, that's why.
I have a bunch of albums and I end up playing them a few times, and then I would just, most albums, they have digital download code.
Yeah, just go for that.
And you just go for that and you just play it on your computer.
But there's also a lot of albums that the track list is in a different order on the vinyl because they have to fit it in.
Oh,
so
makes
the
sense,
CD was meant to be listened to in one way, but then you go to listen to it on vinyl and you're like, wait, that one's supposed to be track number 7 and it's track number 4 because it's short and it fits on the side. And that screws with my head and I can't allow that. It's just not, I can't do it.
So you're very organized.
That's an understatement. I'm a bit OCD in that sense.
A bit?
A lot.
Yeah, I'm OCD a bit with all my stickers and stuff, but then once I let it go, forget, then just that's it.
No, I'm hyper organized. It's painful at times because it's become a joke where people can ask me for where a record is on my shelves and I can usually find it within 2 or 3 records, left or right. I can walk right over to my shelf and grab it.
Oh my God.
It's really bad.
I'm so jealous.
It's really bad.
I'm sometimes I really have to play this record today, go through everything.
Can't find it.
Find it in 3 days. Somewhere right at the top, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, no.
What is this?
Even tonight, I will leave here and I will put all of these back in their home because I can't let them sit out. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I'm a bit crazy like that.
I mean, for a DJ, it's a good quality because especially for a vinyl DJ.
It makes navigating my shelves a bit quicker, but.
Do you think about yourself as a vinyl DJ or DJ in general? Do you have this kind of?
I mean, I definitely lean towards vinyl, but that's not always practical, especially the modern gig situation where most of the time the turntables are messed up and I can't even. I will bring an entire bag of vinyl and I don't get to play a single one of them. And it seems so useless to me.
Oh, I have it a lot. And while I was touring, I had back pain and I live on the top floor.
Yes, you do. I got back pain after bringing this up here.
And I had really back pain all the time. And sometimes also, as you said, I cannot play play one record in the whole weekend. And
I'll bring them. I'll try. I will bring it. I will try. But most of the time it's nope.
But now I'm training. I have a personal trainer. Hello, Asaf. You killed me yesterday. My whole body hurts. I want to die today. So I said I want to start touring and that my back doesn't hurt, from carrying records. So I'm kind of working on it.
Well, when we get back to touring, then these are the things we can think about.
Maybe next year. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe the fall.
The fall?
Yeah, maybe the fall. Maybe.
Let's see how the vaccination works. Would you do the vaccine?
Sorry
for such a private question.
Wow, this got heavy.
No, don't answer.
I don't know. I don't know if I would do the vaccine. I'm sure I will because if it involves me being able to get back to whatever normal is, then I guess I don't really have a choice.
Do you believe it's going to get back to normal?
Eventually, what is normal? What is normal anymore? I woke up yesterday and was just like, man, Monday's weird. And then I was like, oh, wait, no, it's Tuesday. I don't even know.
It's Wednesday.
Yeah, I know.
Today.
But yesterday I thought it was Monday.
Oh.
And it's been a bit.
I started this stream to have some sort of schedule because in the beginning I did it weekly. So I know there is Wednesday to Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday.
So okay, today is Wednesday. I have to do the stream because otherwise you just lose if you don't have a job or anything to do. Everything closed. It's just so frustrating.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those.
I had to invent a whole project to just keep myself.
That's the thing. But if you think about it, we also lived on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday schedule for so long. You always knew when it was Thursday because you were like, shit,
I have to fly tomorrow.
I've got to fly tomorrow, so I need to go through my music. But then. It's the same kind of concept. When you remove all of those things and you never leave your flat because the government tells you you're stuck at home, what's a Tuesday? What's a Wednesday? What's anything?
Wednesday.
Netflix will always be the same. Nothing changes. So
Wednesday is always the stream day for me. That's why. That's how I know.
Well, you've got your trigger moment that'll remind you.
Yeah. Wait. I have. Oh my God. I have terrible writing. I can't understand what I. So you asked me to write this, make techno psychedelic again. So can you tell us more about it? What do you mean?
I don't know. I think I've hit my wall with 160 BPM, a hard techno that has absolutely no soul to it, and it's just dumb for being. It's just dumb and hard. Like there's just nothing to it. There's no dimension to it. I'm like, from when I started listening to techno, it was always about this like really escapist psychedelic kind of thing, and I feel like that kind of got lost. Like even when I play a set that is under 130 beats per minute, people are just like, why is it so slow? And I'm like, it's actually not that slow. You're just so used to listening to something that's so fast.
I also don't like that everything is like very focused on the BPM, because for me it's all about the feeling. And I like enter, like when I used to like DJ, I would enter the room, the club, and then I could play the same track like on different speed and it would feel the same for me. It's like the feeling. It's not like the number of the BPM. That's what I also don't like, because everything should be like about I think it's also because of CDJs and the BPM is written there. So everyone,
because you can push everything up to plus minus 50 and all these things. It's just like, oh, Lord, this is not necessary. Like, but yeah, it's almost like it became a competition of who can play the hardest and the fastest, and it's that you lose so much soul in the music. It just becomes aggressive. Like needlessly aggressive.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's not my thing.
Yeah, I know. I feel like we're two old grandmas.
I'm starting to sound like a really old man now, but whatever.
I mean, I'm DJing for, I live in Berlin for almost 9 years, so this is the time I'm DJing. And even in those 9 years, I've seen so much change.
It's changed a lot. We've been here at 8. It'll be 8 actually on Monday. But in 8 years, I've seen so much difference.
I can imagine for you, since like 96, you probably have seen like all this.
Oh God, I remember minimal when there was no vowels and it was just MNML, like with the like really annoyingly simple music. But everything comes and goes, and everything has a cycle.
But do you have this moment of like this face palm when techno is rediscovered once again?
Oh God. Well, no, I think the thing it's just when it becomes a verb, when people are like, and actually like I listen to techno. I've had this at airports where like somebody will see me open my record bag to get like my phone charger out, and they're like, "Oh, you're a DJ," and I'm like, "Oh God, I can see this conversation." And they're like, "What kind of music do you play?" And I say techno, and they're like, "I love Tiesto," and I'm like, "No, I can't have this conversation with you right now." And I think that's kind of where we're at, is that like things like Spotify have blurred the lines of what techno is, and people just think that it's all like this simple thing, and you can't like. It's a bit more. There's more minutia to it. Like there's more categorization, and people don't have the time to even investigate it, because they're just like, I like this and I'm going to stay in this lane, and even though I'm completely wrong, this is what I like because it's quote unquote techno. It's getting it. People used to have a bit more patience and they would dig into it, but now it's so everything's so rapid fire where they're just like, whatever's hit or like whatever's cool now, that's what I want to do. Like they don't have a time to like investigate it further. They are just like, that's what's cool. I'm gonna do that. That's what everybody else is doing. I got to keep up with the internet, and that's boring.
Yeah. I mean, when someone asks me like, "Oh, you're a DJ," or like, "Do I know you?" I always say, "No."
No, you don't. Nope. Bye.
Especially if someone comes to you and asking like, "Do I know you?" It's like, so you want me to spend my valuable time on explaining to you who I am because you think that I know you? And I'm like, oh my God, people should get a life of their own.
It's what a time to be alive.
I think it's always like at every time there is something to complain about.
Okay, yeah. I mean, this is what I do professionally most of the time. It's just
complaining.
It's complaining. I'm really good at complaining. So.
I love complaining too. It's like funny, especially I feel like Russian Jews, like Israelis, they love complaining.
You're perfect storm.
And people always write me like, "Oh, Ruby, you're so happy. You're always so happy. What's the secret?" I'm like, you just don't hear me bitching.
You clearly
just see me
are missing some of the other parts.
Online in a good mood, doing the stream with my guest that I chose. But no, I actually don't bitch too much. Don't.
I'll do it. Don't worry, it's fine.
Okay. So who are people in the scene that you're looking up to? Do you have like a few like personal heroes?
Daniel Bell will still and always be my personal hero. I still think he's one of the best, and he's taught me so much over the years.
Oh, so you know him personally?
Yeah, yeah. And Dan is just like he's my personal god. Actually, there's a thing on. They had years ago on Resident Advisor. They had a thing called the DJ's DJ, where like they would ask DJs who their favorite DJ was, and I said Dan, and Dan called me and he was just like, "How have you never told me this after like 20 years?" And I was just like, "Surprise!"
No, you never say.
Yeah, he didn't even know. And I don't know, maybe he's not paying attention, Dan. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, he's definitely one of them. But I don't know. I feel like my inspirations are like I still always real respect, especially as a producer. Like Damon Wild is still like one of my. He's still.
I
like
have
my,
like a lot of records from him.
He's
Also,
like one of my number one producers by far. So and every label that he's ever done, and so.
So when you were in New York, it was like because Sine Wave, it's a label from New York, right?
He was living in New York at the time, but I think
was it the connection since like you lived there, or
no? That was definitely before when I moved there. I think we moved to New York, or I moved to New York in 2008.
Oh,
I
okay.
think, yeah, Damon was already living in Poland by then, so.
Poland.
That's where he lives.
Really?
Yeah, he just surprise. He's been living in Poland for like a decade or more than that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
See, you learn something new every day.
Learn something every day. So do you have any advice to like younger like baby DJs, the beginners of like I don't know, just like
Learn to play vinyl. Stop relying on fucking CDJs. It's annoying. Let there be an ability for me to play a vinyl at a gig because all these kids playing CDJs. Even the clubs don't even know how to set up a turntable anymore.
Oh, that's true. But also, I had to yell at technicians so many times.
I do it every once in a while. I'm known for doing that when things aren't working.
Me too, but then there would be a rumor that I'm difficult to work with, and all I want is to work in turntables.
Well, fortunately for me,
to work in needles. Is it that much to ask for?
Fortunately for me, everybody knows that I'm difficult to work with, so it's fine. There's not a rumor. It's just fact that I'm a bit grumpy in particular. But
I mean, maybe it's just certain standards.
There should be a standard. I think no matter where you go, they should have like the ability to set up a turntable properly. Like if you can't set up a turntable, it's a very simple piece of equipment.
Yeah, true.
If the sound engineer can't hook this up properly after 60, 70 years of the turntable being around, like come on. Like that's
Yeah, I think wait, I check if I have more questions. I think we talked about everything. Unless do you want to like promote some, like if you have a release coming up or like a remix coming up or something that
I mean, I'm putting out the first record on my label in quite a while, so that'll be coming out. Well, I have to send it off to the pressing plant, but it's actually a house record by a nice guy named Andrew that's like very, very deep house, and most people know me as techno, so I'm kind of throwing a bit of a curveball into things, but I've kind of felt like the last year I don't really want to produce and listen to techno because that's a very time and place thing. I want to listen to techno in a dark room with a bunch of other people and a loud sound system. Yeah. I can't listen to like hard techno alone in my flat at 3 p.m. I feel this is like a bit strange. So
I have a bunch of neighbors that do.
I'm sure. No, I mean we do as well, but like I think everybody in Berlin has a neighbor that plays Gabber at 4 p.m. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, no, I just feel like that's kind of where my brain's gone. So I'm kind of pushing more ambient sounds and stuff like that as a.
Yeah, you also did the 12 hours.
I did a 12-hour live stream of all vinyl for the Bunker, which
that's a lot of work.
It was a lot of work.
12 hours vinyl only. Oh
I had to lay down on the floor because my back was starting to hurt. But
oh my god,
you know, I'm getting old, and this happens every once. But I wanted to show like my broad collection, and so I did 12 hours, and it was like ambient into house into techno, and then like all the way back. Like for 12.
Yeah, that's a
it was a workout. It was a workout. I slept great afterwards. I think my Fitbit said that I cut like 20,000 steps across my flat, just like going back and forth to my shelves, like while pulling records and walking around and stuff. So, yeah, it was my exercise day. It was my cheat
Yeah.
day.
I mean, normally the Berghain closing was like what, from 8 till
I mean, I did a 12-hour
12.
closing at Berghain, and that felt like less work than doing it in my own flat.
I mean, of course, because you have the audience and it also gives you so much energy while you're
Exactly.
playing and you're like feeling all this adrenaline and like happiness and emotions and stuff. So, of course, it's different at
It's a
home.
little bit different.
At home, you have to like stimulate yourself, just like putting yourself in the right mood,
Yeah.
you know, like being like, okay, I'm gonna do it. You know what I
But
mean?
again, and when it's like you're home alone in a flat, it's hard to be like, I'm gonna do a 12-hour live set. Like after 45 minutes, I'm kind of like, is anybody showing up to this party? Like where is everybody? So
Yeah. Okay. Let's play records.
Yeah,
The
let's
more
play
the more we talk, the less time of the set there is.
yeah, we don't want to do that. Let's play some music.
Okay.
Work that motherfucker. 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 Wrong track. Let's get to the real thing, sucker. Yeah, and the next time you'll think about it. Work that motherfucker. 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 Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. 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 Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker. 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 Work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. Come on, let's work that motherfucker.
this track is so pretty. No, don't.
No,
just
you wanna-
leave
okay,
it,
we'll
leave
keep
it
it-
play.
sorry.
I just said that's the track when you DJ. You go to pee to this track because it's like 14 minutes.
It does all the work for me. I don't have to like. I can move my hands around a whole bunch, and people think I'm doing a lot of stuff, but it does everything for me.
It's so pretty.
It's a good one.
What is it? Do you want to give the tip to our audience?
No. No.
Very
My track, not yours. No, it's iCube. It's a new iCube thing that he found like a bunch of DAT tapes like in his basement or his attic or something. And he started listening through them and he was like, "Oh, I made this like 25 years ago, but it sounds as fresh as it could be." Like, it's an incredibly good.
It's a sign of like a timeless
It's a sign
music.
of a really good producer. Is what it is.
Timeless music, good producer.
Yeah.
Non-trendy. Amazing.
Yeah. Just zero fucks.
Thank you so much, Erica.
Thank you.
I had the feeling that everything you played was like very like adult, sophisticated.
Thank you. Just thank you. Adult sophisticated tech. You'll find me on cruise ships and stuff in the future. I'll be, yeah, no, it was fun. I had a really good time.
It also reminded me a little bit of not the style, but just this adult sophisticated no way back.
Yes, of course.
You know, it's also I always called it like hardcore chilling, adult.
It's adult partying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the parties that I always go to when I'm in Detroit. Is No Way Back, and that's the mindset that I always go for. It's super psychedelic and just like check out, turn your brain off. Who cares about bills and pandemics and stuff like that?
Right.
Yeah, just get loose.
Get loose. That's the bottom line.
That's it. Eric Cloutier, get loose.
Okay, thank you so much for joining and sharing your music and your experiences. And also I really like the interview. Went like really.
I think we talked. We could have talked more than we played.
I feel like we could have talked for like another hour easily.
We could.
And yeah, thank you so much. You guys check Eric Cloutier. The stuffs, the Bandcamp, the usual things. Eric has a lot of cool music out, and will have.
Yeah, there's more coming.
Yeah.
There's more coming.
So
Being busy.
Check him out and stay tuned. Hopefully, I'll see you in 2 weeks. And yeah,